Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reach the Unlimited. Thank you so much for being here. I'm very excited to have Susan back on once again. We're going to keep doing this yoga Nidra, and which I'm very excited to do. I hope you guys really are enjoying it. And if you have any questions, please put it in the chat and ask away. But Susan, thank you for being here with us today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
With me.
My pleasure. Yeah.
So you wanted to talk a little bit before we get into the yoga nadre about what's happening in the astrological charts, or what's happening in what's happening.
It's very general. So there, as many of you know, probably, that we get a new moon, and then 2 weeks later we get a full moon.
Mm-hmm.
And in between the times of the new moon and the full moon, the moon waxes, gets bigger, or it wanes, gets smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So there are certain kinds of rituals that might be attached to whether the moon is full or whether the moon is new. New is no moon. And tonight at, I believe it's 7:35 p.m. Pacific time. Do the math for where you are. The moon will be exact full. And what does that mean? It means it's opposite the sun in the sky, directly opposite. So the sun shines upon the moon and makes it look like a full circle. And if you go outside and watch the moon get bigger, it's been coming to this point for the last few nights where it appears to be full, but it's not exactly full. So traditionally, a new moon is a time to plant seeds. So that's the opposite of tonight. That's in 2 weeks. And one would do it after the exact time to have more prosperity or wish fulfillment or whatever you want to call that. In the full moon, which is right now, when the moon is directly opposite the sun, and in terms of the astrological signs, the sun is now in Aries, and the moon is in Libra. And on an astrological chart, those are opposing signs. So when the moon is full, it's a great time for letting go. Right? So let's say, you have something that you've noticed about yourself during this time of being home, which many of us think as an internal time.
Yeah.
And you notice maybe you're not focused enough for what you want to accomplish during this downtime, or maybe you're feeling a collective anxiety because of being an empath, which seems to be really common. You can write out an intention, and right after the moon becomes full, you can release it or burn it or bury it and state what you want to bring in its place. Okay. So the interesting thing about the Libra Aries opposition kind of thing that's happening now is Aries is a really kind of let's do it fire sign, very decisive, sometimes impulsive, depending on other things in one's chart.
Yeah.
And Libra can be indecisive and is very interested in making peace, relating, and Aries is more about individualism. So there's sort of like a little push-pull with those two energies because they are very different.
Yeah.
Sometimes, there's an appropriate place for each of them. And in any case, that's a whole other story. But the other thing that's interesting is it's one of these supermoons right now. And it's the brightest moon and the closest moon to Earth so far in 2020.
Wow. Okay.
It's a powerful time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of other energies at play
Yes.
now that, we have this Pluto energy, and, there's other
Mhm.
things that are happening that are more intense than a traditional Libra moon would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't get too much into this whole thing, but just this is a little backstory about the moon for right now.
Well, one of the things maybe you could talk about that I didn't really hear expressed was, ways that people can release. I think there's many different ways to release.
Well,
Right now.
you can, I mentioned it a little bit, but
Mhm.
what I do personally is the only thing I can speak to, because I didn't really prepare for this, is I'm really good at writing letters and ripping them up and burning them and putting them in the earth. And,
It's beautiful.
there's also one of the biggest practices that I use is Sanskrit mantras.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few of them that are used for that, and I will chant that mantra 108 times in order to amplify the intention that I'm stating.
Mm-hmm. That's really good to know. There are a lot of different ways to do it.
Right.
But it's really important. It helps us to move forward when we can release during these time periods,
Absolutely.
especially when you're at the supermoon.
Yeah,
It's, it's the veil is thinner.
exactly. And there are some people that are very sensitive to these energies, and they might have a moment where they're feeling more of that, or they want to cry or want to release, but they're not even aware that it's a full moon, because it's just their intuition is just reminding them perhaps of another time and place when they did experience that. So
true.
the burning, to me, I like ritual.
Yeah, I do too.
The physicality of watching the paper turn into ash, and then, putting the ash into the earth and just giving it to the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And just saying, you take this from me. And then, for me, magically that will really help.
There's a lot of symbology in that, which is helpful for us. I like to use the transmuted violet flame, and that works really well for me with Saint Germain with the sword, cutting all ties in all directions and ways. That's a big one for me. But there's many ways to do it. Just make sure that you do it.
One of the things that I have found really profound is, especially when working with forgiveness, is using the Hawaiian hana.
Oh, yes.
Is it Hanapopo? I don't know how to.
Ho'oponopono.
Ho'opono, the prayer. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I thank you and I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people I always start, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So,
it's the same.
Say all four of them and you're good. But that's you're changing the vibration. That's a really powerful way to transmute things as well. Yeah. So you're going to lead us through. There was something else you wanted to talk about?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No.
You wanted to, so we're going to go through the yoga Nidra once again tonight. So please, everybody, don't do this while you're driving. Make sure you're safe. And enjoy this, and let us know if this is helping you or working for you. So give us some kind of feedback, and also thank our beautiful guest for sharing her time to do this with us. It's amazing. So lay out your mats, get comfortable, and I will take myself off, and you have fun, Susan.
Okay. So in order to really sink deeply into this practice, make sure that you have a mat, at least 1 or 2 blankets, perhaps an eye pillow, and even something to place underneath your knees. Let your feet just flop out to the side, and palms will be facing up. We'll start tonight with a poem whose title I don't know, but it's by the late John O'Donoghue from Ireland. This is the time to be slow. Lie low to the wall until the bitter weather passes. Try as best as you can not to let the wire brush of doubt scrape from your heart. All sense of yourself and your hesitant light. If you remain generous, time will come good, and you will find your feet again on fresh pastures of promise, where the air will be kind and blushed with beginning. So from that place, we will begin our practice of Yoga Nidra, which in Sanskrit means yoga sleep. So we're going to start with a little bit of abdominal breathing. Feel free, if you have an eye pillow, to place it over your closed eyes. Allow your body to open and settle. The upper and lower rows of teeth are slightly parted. Remember, this practice of Yoga Nidra is not about doing, but something that you receive. It's a form of sleep with a slight sense of awareness. As you follow these directions, just allow them to wash over you effortlessly. There is nothing you need to do or accomplish. Just relax and be aware. This is more of a healing modality than an active yoga practice. The first thing we're going to do tonight is practice smooth, deep abdominal breathing. Take your right hand and place it on your abdomen. First, inhale through the nostrils, and your right hand will gently rise. As you exhale, the right hand descends back towards your spine. Breathing in and out as deeply and calmly as possible. Expand the abdomen on the inhale and let it soften and release on the exhale. Continue this deep breathing and be mindful as the breath travels up from the abdomen towards the throat. If you wish to constrict gently the back of the throat to do the Ujjayi breath that some of you might know, feel free to incorporate that as well. Continue to slow and refine the breath. The mind and body become one. Say to yourself, during the next 35 or so minutes, the most important thing is to receive and be carefree. There's nothing to do, no lists to make, nowhere to go, no dinner to make, just being and receiving. Through long, slow, deep breathing, the body and mind move into a rhythm of restfulness, of nurturing. Notice the body giving into the gravity and pull of Mother Earth as the mind becomes softer. As it becomes softer and calmer, the body relaxes deeper and deeper, and the breath becomes silent. As breath becomes silent and quiet, the mind and body merge into one, and the body moves into a place of deep healing rest. On your next breath, place that right hand that was upon your abdomen by your side with both palms facing up towards the heavens. Feel the facial muscles relaxing, the jaw, the tongue, and the lips relax. The eyes rest back into the sockets. Sense the nurturing feeling of your immediate surroundings and the support as you move into a continuous sense of inner peace. From this place, you will set a resolution for this practice. It could be a resolution as simple as just for today, or it could be something that might be a project you're interested in accomplishing, or creating a more harmonious relationship with yourself or others, or settling into this time that we have of safe harbor in our homes. Whatever comes up is perfect for you now. Begin to create the correct environment for the manifestation of this resolution by planting seeds of gratitude for what is already here. Being thankful for every moment that has led you to this one, and the actions and events and decisions that have led to the present. So begin by asking yourself, what is my intention for this practice in my life right now? And see what comes. Say that intention to yourself 3 times. See and feel the outcome that you desire in your life, feeling a deep sense of happiness and inner joy with that outcome, satisfied with what you have in your life. Repeating those words with the conviction that is already here and the resolve is happening. Again, repeat this 3 times to yourself. Feel that resolution or sankalpa in Sanskrit permeate into the deepest recesses of your being. Finally, give thanks that your resolution has already come to pass. Take a deep breath before we move into our next step of Yoga Nidra. Our next step of the practice is a full body scan. Let the directions wash over you and stay with the voice if you can. Begin by moving awareness to your mouth. Become aware of the tongue, lower row of teeth, upper row of teeth, both lips, the space between the lips, tip of the nose, the whole nose, both cheeks, right ear, left ear, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, the space between the brows, the whole forehead, both temples, top of head, back of head. Now moving your attention to the right hand and the whole right side of your body. Start with right thumb, index finger, middle finger, left ring finger, pinky finger, the palm of the hand, back of hand, right wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, right shoulder, right armpit, ribs, the waist, right hip, groin, thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, right heel, the right sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Take another breath and move your attention to the left side of the body, starting with the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, left ring finger, left pinky finger, the palm of the left hand, the back of the hand, left wrist, forearm, elbow, upper left arm, shoulder, left armpit, ribs, waist, hips, left groin, thigh, kneecap, left calf muscle, ankle, heel, the left sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and pinky toe. Take a breath. Take another really deep, nurturing breath, letting the belly rise and fall. Move to the back of your head. Alternating sides, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade. The whole spine, right buttock, left buttock, right heel, left heel. The whole forehead, both temples, right inner ear, left inner ear, the roof of the mouth, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right chest, left chest, middle chest, the navel, upper abdomen, lower abdomen, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, both legs, right arm, left arm, both arms, the whole front body, the whole back body, the head. Be aware of the whole body. Working with the breath again. Begin to see the right and left sides of the body, of the breath, as two separate flows, two separate lines that travel upwards and meet at the point between the eyebrows. The eyebrow center, where your third eye of intuition is located. Don't force the breath as it moves up the nose toward the third eye, just feel. On the apex, the breath descends from the brows and leaves out both nostrils from the tip of the nose. Imagine you're watching yourself breathing, and watch the breath then begin to rise from the tip of the nose all the way up to the brain, and then descend out both nostrils. We're going to move to another practice of this larger practice of Yoga Nidra. And this is a exercise in moving back and forth through time. Normally, we're used to moving forward in time, one moment after another moment after another moment. Staying present and non-judgmental, you will be asked to step backward through the last 24 hours and learn to just observe yourself with no judgment, no dialogue, just watching. This practice can be used before sleep as it unwinds the psyche and allows you to become more and more in tune with your quiet center. First, become conscious of where you were tonight when you began your practice of Yoga Nidra. What were you doing? What were your senses perceiving? What were you thinking and feeling? Now go backwards in time about 30 minutes prior to that. Recall the exact circumstances as if it was on a postcard and you were seeing it and looking at it. See the surroundings, the people, the environment. What were you doing, thinking, and feeling? Just witness, just look. When it registers and you notice that, move back another 30 minutes and look at where you were and who you were with and what you were doing and thinking. It's up to you if you'd like to do this in big chunks or chapters or skip parts. But move now to where you were when you woke up this morning. And breathe. let it register. Just watch. Then go back right before you went to sleep and picture the last thing you did before going into your bed. Then go backwards in time, trying to remember where you were back to this time yesterday, doing the best you can to cultivate the non-judgmental observation. And let it go. From this place, we will be moving into a guided visualization of the full moon in Libra. Perhaps you might consider going outside tonight, if it's a clear night, and just watching the moon and letting the energies of the moon come into your beingness. This full moon in Libra is exact at 7:35 p.m. Pacific time. The energy is both from the Aries I am of the sun, moving full speed ahead, balanced with Libra, which is all about the importance of relations, of relating to the other. This Libra moon can help you shift into a new paradigm of change. It's an energy of calmness, of balance, of kindness. Imagine that you are looking down upon your body, resting in a supine position as if you were the moon. See if you can look down and see your still self. Notice yourself resting in this position, resting on this earth with great kindness. Notice what you are carrying, any longings that you might have. See yourself fully and clearly, knowing full well that things are always changing for you and the collective. Allow your body to sigh or yawn, signaling to the brain that this is your time to attend to your inner world, whatever it might be presenting to you now. A time of introspection and deep soul knowledge. Feel now that each breath that you take brings you deeper into your own wisdom, as though you are able to travel on the vehicle of the breath, deeper and deeper into your knowingness and inner wisdom, and ask for guidance. Allow yourself to be open and receptive to any inner wisdom or messages that you might receive. Use this time to go a bit deeper through this deeply meditative practice. As your body moves closer into stillness, visualize the full moon itself in all of its glory and light. Visualizing the light, a place of possibility with your third eye, being aware of your breath. Notice that space at the end of the inhale with a possible pause that represents perhaps the end of one cycle and the beginning of another. As you begin to move closer to your breath, you let go more and more at the end of each exhalation. Have the sense that the entire body is fully supported. And visualize the support that you are lying on, the colors, the texture, the space that you're in. At the end of each exhale, drop a bit deeper. Allow your awareness to come to a thought or contemplation. Consider how you are right now emotionally and energetically. Consider your well-being as though you allow the space for any sensations that arise. Let go of any real or imagined struggles. Let any fatigue or emotion rise and fall just like the breath. You are being held by the earth and feel the air touch against the skin, not trying to stop anything that is present. Be with a possible sense of desire or drive. Perhaps it might be the same as your intention that you made. You have time and resources and are able to act upon it. But for this moment, just be with it. Let's leave that thought and drop away from it and become back aware of your body. Drop down now into your heart space. Dissolve deeper and deeper into it. Any unresolved emotions. And remember what it feels like just to be love. To love the flowers, the scent of rain, the touch of the warming sun on the skin. Let that awareness drop down to the navel and the pelvis and feel the steadiness of the tailbone. Imagine that you are being held by the earth, supported in every way. And as though you are made of earth and fire, move into your abdomen and sense that support that you have in your life. The people in your circle or those you have yet to meet. They surround and support you, holding hands, perhaps a sense around you, as though you are sitting in a beautiful forest somewhere, with this evening stars shining down upon you. Letting the questions that you have just simply be. Take another deep, nurturing, supportive breath. And just feel the body, feel the earth beneath you, feel the safety and security of your surroundings. All is well. Take another deep breath. I am safe, I am sound, all good things come to me. They bring me peace. And from this place, we will return back to our original intention made at the very beginning of the practice, the sankalpa. Slowly return to that part of you that has been observing yourself during this entire process. The quiet, still awareness unchanged within you from the moment you were born until now, that sense of pure soul awareness. Moving back to that space in the front of the forehead, at the third eye, see a golden flame lit up, an almond-shaped flame, within it a golden egg of birthing. Merge with that flame into your highest state of being, for you are the unchanging presence in the center of your being. In your mind and heart, feel that. Become aware of the body breathing. Moving back to those seeds of gratitude of all that has led you here. Remember that everything is as it should be, right here, right now. Bring your mind's attention back to your original intention that you repeated 3 times at the beginning of the practice. Repeat it again 3 times with greater certainty that your desire, no matter what it is, how big or how small it is, will come to pass. When you are complete, give thanks that it has happened, thankful that you have achieved it. Relax all effort. Take a moment and see a golden flame now behind your navel where your third chakra is. Feel it recharging you, your senses, your mind. Feel the warmth of the golden yellow light expanding to fill your entire body. The awareness fills the breath and lets the breath descend down towards your feet. Keeping your eyes closed, imagine internally what the room looks like, the furniture, the colors, what is around you. See it. See your own body. Acknowledge to yourself that you have been practicing Yoga Nidra and that the practice is now complete. Slowly coming back, grounding yourself, bringing awareness to your fingers and your toes, and wiggle and move them in any way you'd like. Feeling the back body grounding into the earth. Roll over onto your favorite side and pause before moving up to a seated position. Take your time returning gradually to awareness. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. That was really beautiful. It was very healing.
I'm glad.
So I hope you all enjoyed that. If you want to put any comments or have any questions, once again, please put in the chat. And that's it for this week. So you all have an amazing week. Be safe and be smart. All right. Thank you, Susan.
Namaste.
Namaste.